Folks, how far have we really come when we have really just cornered ourselves into this grid where the very few control the many in a fashion just unheard of throughout history, with a tyranny so technological it is hard to put into words how we can win this thing. And Mark, you were talking about, a concerted, concise effort for the world to hear this Infowarrior message.
Yes, sir.
Continue.
Well, Jason, it really comes down to, I'd ask you the question, have you heard about the movie Alex Jones, My Life and Times? All
No.
going to be up on the silver screen globally here? No, because it has not been made yet.
Mm-hmm.
But it's about everything I've just said. I think I gave a fairly decent general analysis of the problem of strategy that we're dealing with here.
Mm-hmm.
We're behind in this game. They have the power, but they don't have the numbers, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now, a movie such as this will work like nothing else has or anything else will, in my perception, in bringing all of the putrid and dirty laundry of the New World tyranny, the Illuminati, the New World Order, however you want to say it, into the light of day for all of the world to see on a simultaneous basis, creating tremendous global publicity, and as importantly, through that publicity, creating a tremendous power of attention globally on the liberating facts of the Infowar, thus creating a very large and disabling crimp in the strategy and agenda of the New World tyranny. This movie can be made, and certainly it should be made, Jason. Mm-hmm. Alex has built up over the years all of his work. It totals in different ways. It manifests in different, really large ways. And one of those ways is that Alex has celebrity. And it's not about fame and fortune. It's all about he is known on a global basis. He is known worldwide. People really follow him. They really want to do something. Mm-hmm. And so far, Alex has done a 100% complete job, I believe, at this point in time, after 15 years of exposing in detail and overall strategy aspects of the New World Order. All of these facts are ready to be brought to the world, but on a simultaneous level and through a vehicle such as a movie, and I don't see anything else but a movie, that would actually gain the publicity factor, would actually break into the blackout media of the world, which filters and censors anything that would actually enlighten people.
Yeah, movies are the only thing that's been able to do that. You're right. Movies are, listen, books don't do it. No one's talking about the latest novel that challenges the administration. However, people are talking about the Obama deception. People still talk about loose change. I think you're 100% correct. Endgame is getting bigger and bigger and bigger as the years go by. One of you Hollywood folks that listens to this show or Alex's
Jason,
show,
there's
step
more
up to the
than
plate.
one. There's plenty of them. Alex has got all the help he needs. All he has to do is decide to do it, and he can accompany that if he wants with the world speaking tour, and it would shake up this whole world. That's how far he's gotten in his celebrity, Jason. I truly believe that. He had on the gentleman that wrote the health book.
Trudeau. He had Kevin Trudeau
this morning.
there,
He himself is a multimillionaire. Alex knows various actors, directors, producers, many of whom have contacted him. There's the Ventura. There is Willie Nelson. It really just goes on and on. The financing is there. The production is there. The directorship is there. The acting is there. And I believe it would be at least sufficiently enough on a volunteer level where this movie would be made and it would probably win Academy Awards. It would stir up this whole world. And I've been on this for like 5 or 6 months now, and I probably got 25, 30 pages written in fairly small print in a large notebook, just saying what I've just said to you, but I've written it down in such detail as far as the strategy and extrapolating out how it would work.
Well, Mark, I got to tell you, I'm listening to you like never before because our backs are up against the wall. And, I would have said that, no problem, man. I would have said that I don't think that was possible. But you know what? With this New World Order film coming out and premiering today on IFC after being on demand and, watching pieces of that again, who knows? Maybe it is possible and maybe it is the only way. I thank you for the call, sir.
Keep it in mind, my brother.
I'm keeping it in mind. I thank you. All right. I'm going to go to Sean, Bruce, Dennis, and others in a moment after we play this Ventura clip on Fox and Friends. You've got to see it to believe it. Jesse the Body taking it to the scum at Fox. Hit it, Jaron.
It's a good thing I'm not the president. I'm an independent, because I would prosecute the people who did it, I would prosecute the people who ordered it, and they would all go to jail.
Uh-oh. The governor, Jesse Ventura, isn't known for holding back in his latest book, Don't Start the Revolution Without Me, out in paperback now. And Brian, I don't know, do you even want to go face-to-face with the governor again today?
Well, no, I'm just
face off.
No, I watched the governor. I watched you on Hannity last night a few hours ago. You just finished up. You are so down on what the administration did between 2001 and 2007.
That's right.
Why?
Why? Because we now torture and waterboarding. I've been waterboarded. It is torture. I can speak from experience. It was part of SEER training that I went through as a Navy SEAL.
And are you okay now?
I'm fine.
So is Khalid Sheikh Mohammed. He's about 60 pounds overweight, having a great time.
It doesn't matter. If it was okay, then why don't we do it to criminals? When, if we've got gang members in L.A., okay, we know that their gangs are going to do bad things. When we arrest them, why don't we waterboard them so we can get information out of them?
Do you want to stop?
Because it's against the law. Don't come after me with that nonsense.
What's nonsense?
Waterboarding, because number one, if you torture someone, what you get is baloney.
Well, it turns out they feel differently. The CIA feels differently than you do. If you read the 175 pages, they talk about, we got this guy, we get Hambali, we get his brother, and it happened by corroborating all this different evidence from the material they got. And they only waterboarded 3 guys, and on top of that, I want to know how you feel about the light deprivation, when you talk about sleep deprivation, when you talk about hot cold, when you talk about bugs. Does that all bother you?
Yeah. Why don't we do that with our people in prison and jail?
Ticking time bomb.
So how else should we find out information from these terrorists?
Well, you find out information like these guys. They got more information from them. It's documented before they ever waterboarded them. I find it okay. Why didn't we
The FBI says that the CIA doesn't.
Wait. Why didn't we waterboard McVeigh and Nichols then? There were more people. There were more people that they thought involved in Oklahoma City. Why weren't they waterboarded to get information? Because it's against the law. And if we're not going to be a country, if we're not going to be a country that goes by the rule of law when it's convenient or inconvenient, then what do we stand for?
What country do we have if we're all on fire, if buildings are blowing up, if people are jumping out of skyscrapers? Do you want to live in that country? That you live in? If you worked in the CIA, you wouldn't do everything you can to keep those people safe?
I wouldn't torture.
But what about the difference between, you bring up Timothy McVeigh and gang members, and maybe those threats weren't as imminent as the threats?
I don't think these threats are imminent.
You didn't think after 9/11 that America felt that the threats were imminent, that more could be coming?
Maybe, but I think our behavior has caused us to be in more trouble. Now, they won't release these photos. Why? Because they know the Muslim world will go irate. They're all after Nancy Pelosi. When did she know? When da-da-da? Well, if we hadn't tortured, it'd be a dead issue, wouldn't it? Let's go to the real issue. It's called
it's enhanced interrogation.
Because Dick Cheney makes up a new word.
No, because the CIA told him that word.
That's
say we need to get
enhanced interrogation. It's torture, my friend. And I've had it done. Have you been waterboarded?
What? Do you want me to?
Have you been get waterboarded, and then we'll ask you. Let me waterboard you.
I'm not blowing up America. I'm not trying to destroy this country. I'm not trying to fight against democracy everywhere we go. These people.
Neither are they.
These are the people that cut off Danny Pearl's head, and you're worried about their welfare.
All right, stop it right there for a second.
About their welfare.
Stop it right there. All right, the guy who they charged with cutting off Daniel Pearl's head, by the way, folks, is Omar Saeed Sheikh. Who is that? Oh, he's a Pakistani ISI agent with ties to the CIA. And he's the guy that actually wired the $100,000 to Atta right before the attacks through the head of the ISI. That's who beheaded Daniel Pearl, okay? It wasn't Al-Qaeda. It was an ISI and CIA operative. This guy is full of jackassery. Thank God for Ventura. All right, you ready, Jaron? Just kick it back on, bro.
What our country stands for.
Are you afraid of getting them radical?
I'm worried about what this our country. Well, where's it going to end?
We have to end
Where is it going to end?
When they're dead.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, how
when
come
Al-Qaeda loses, when they decided their philosophy.
Have you enlisted, or are you just talking?
No, am I just talking? You want me to enlist?
Yeah.
You don't like our armed forces?
Go walk the walk. Don't talk the talk.
So wait a second. So if I'm not in the military, I can't pull for America?
Sure you can.
Yeah, and I can't fight for America?
But you ain't fighting for us.
Yeah. While they continue to battle it out,
if you're not in the military.
Take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Just a review on the regular show. Here's the question we had at the end. To be totally just, you believe that Dick Cheney